Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly strategy video for January 6, 2021. Okay, and first of all, I want to say Happy New Year because this is my first video of the year, so excellent. And what I'm going to do with this video here is instead of doing live webinars like I was doing before, and everybody wants me to record my webinars, I decided just to make a simple strategy video, and I'm going to outline how I trade just like I do in the webinars. Okay, so what I will do here is I will just pick some random different currency pairs. As you can see here, I don't have nothing on the screen right now, so I'm going to pick some random currency pairs, and then we're going to try to pinpoint locations or pinpoint how to place a trade using some of my various strategies, right? So for the pick a pair, okay, to pick a currency pair here, let's just pick, I don't know, we'll pick AUD CAD. I don't know what that. See, I just totally picked this one. I don't even know what it looks like. So we started on the 1 hour chart. We have a signal to sell. So right now it definitely looks like it's getting ready to drop, although it could shoot up even more, okay, because it's been in this big uptrend for quite some time. If we look at the 4 hour chart, it's showing to sell. Daily chart shows to sell, and weekly chart shows to sell. So now, is it in a downtrend right now? No, it's still an uptrend because it has not broken the uptrend. Okay, now first of all, how you determine the trend is, I'll come to the daily chart. Daily chart or weekly chart is okay, but what we're looking for is to draw a trend line like this coming up. Okay, and this right here will mark your support going up like that. Okay, and what we're looking for is that the break down below, and then that will just slowly trickle down. Okay, we see a lot of up and down trends here, right? And now we see an escalated uptrend here. So now it's definitely getting ready to reverse. This is on a daily chart, so it's going to take at least a few days, maybe even another week before it really goes into a downtrend, right? So anyhow, that's just a basic idea. Just, you know, I want to give you some basic information on how to identify trends. Okay, so now what do we do right now this very minute? Do we want to sell or do we want to buy? Well, I look at the bigger time frames. Okay, to start with, the bigger time frames show you to sell, right? Let me delete this trend line. But so we know we want to sell. Okay, now what I like to do is pan down to a smaller time frame till I find an opposite signal, which would be a signal to buy. So I'm going to go down to the 1 hour, 30 minute. 30 minute shows to sell, 15 minute shows to sell, 5 minute shows to sell, and 1 minute shows to buy. Perfect. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay, and we see here you had a blue arrow, and then it dropped down even further. So had another blue arrow. So it should, if you have two in a row like that, the third one should be the opposite color, which will be red. Okay, so it should be going up right now. But like I said, it's definitely getting ready to drop. Okay, so we want to sell, and what we do here in this case is we're going to put a sell limit pin order a little ways above here, and I'm going to go ahead and mark this probably right about here. Okay, we have a resistance here, but I don't think it's going to go quite that high. It could, but I want this price to go up to here and activate a sell trade and then drop. Okay, and then we're going to put a small take profit about, you know, maybe 200 pips or points below this here. Okay, and what we do right here is go to new order and choose pending order and choose sell limit. Okay, remember, limit orders can be higher than the current price if you're doing a sell trade, right? So for the at price here, I'm going to put 0.98850. I make it 850, the way it's kind of even, and you can see this. And then for take profit, I'm going to put 0.98650. Okay, that's 200 pips or points. Perfect right there. Now I'm going to go to a higher time frame so you can kind of see this, zoom out a little bit. Okay, and let me delete that horizontal line I drew, so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, so now I have a sell limit slightly above the current price. Okay, now I'm waiting for the price to kind of retrace, go back up, and then drop down for the kill. And you see here I got 200 pips in profit, which is about $15, using a 0.10 lot size right here. Okay, so perfect. Now this should be dropping probably for the next few days. Okay, hopefully that is what we are projecting. So now I did a limit order. Well, I could do a stop order as well. It wouldn't be a big deal, but since this is a very fresh signal, I really don't want to do a stop order right now, because there's a chance that if you put a sell stop below here, there's a chance that it could activate that and then shoot up even further, and you have a huge drawdown. Okay, so what I want to do in this particular case is use a limit order only. Okay, and that is just something you have to kind of learn with time. Okay, but when you have a fresh signal like that, I use limit orders only. Let me pick another currency pair, and I'm going to pick GBP CAD. Okay, because I like GBP pairs. So I'm going to load this one here. Oh, let's see here. The 1 hour chart, we have a signal to buy, right? And it looks like it's been kind of dropping, but more or less it's kind of riding in a sideways fashion. Look at the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart shows to sell. So yes, like I said, it's most likely going to be dropping. Daily chart shows to buy, and the weekly chart shows to sell. Wow. So we got some different signals here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have picked this one. Oh, but maybe this is a good idea, good for the video, right? So what's going to happen? Okay, so we got a variety of different signals and different time frames. So it's very difficult to say, should I buy, should I sell? So everything's kind of 50-50 right now, but it's okay. Look at the smaller time frames. All right, we showed a buy right now. Okay, I'm gonna look at the 4 hour, and for right now, I want to sell. Oh, excuse me. I want to sell because I think it's going to be dropping. All right, I don't know how much longer. And according to 1 hour, I'm gonna mark this right here. We have a solid level of support right now. It was support in the past, support here, support there. So it's a pretty solid level of support. But I feel very strongly that it's going to drop even more. And we notice we have a level of support here as well. Okay, so go to the 4 hour and look at this, right? This is what I am projecting, okay? Just kind of based on my experience. But it did not form a blue arrow on the 4 hour chart at this point right here. It did on the 1 hour, but not on the 4 hour. So meaning right now it's probably going to retrace and go back up a ways, and then eventually it's going to drop and break, and it's going to drop even further and then form a blue arrow on the 4 hour chart. Okay, now where will it form the blue arrow? I don't know, but I just know that there's a support right here. Okay, I marked. So potentially that's where it's going to drop. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put this is not a fresh signal. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put a sell limit and a sell stop pending order. Okay, now to do that, I'm going to drop down to a smaller time frame, like a 5 minute, and we see here we have a resistance right here on this red arrow. So the price right now is starting to shoot back up. Will it go that high? I don't know. Possibly. And it probably will. It may go even higher, but because the 1 hour shows the buy, right? So we don't know. If we go to the 5 minute, if I mark this right here, I'm just going to mark that, go back to the 1 hour, just so you can kind of see where these arrows are. So we have a red arrow here on the 5 minute chart. Okay, So you cannot see that on the 1 hour, but it is there, right? So I'm thinking the price is going to shoot back up to here and then eventually drop and break even further down. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put a sell limit pin order just a little ways below this green line here, and then put a take profit a little ways above this support line here. Okay, so what I do here is I'm going to go here and choose sell limit, and we're going to pick this at 1.73. Trying to think here, 1.73. Let's make it 1.72. Oops, 72900. 1.72900. I can always readjust it, but take profit, I'm going to put 1.72400. That's going to give me 500 pips in total profit. Okay, so you look right here, it says 500 pips, $39 profit. And like I said, I want to put the sell limit pin order a little ways below and take profit a little ways above here. That way I can ensure this is going to open and close within a fairly, short amount of time. At least the same day. Try to avoid swap fees, right? So you can get 500 pips in one day. That's really good. And it may take a day or two for that to open and close, but it's okay. If you have some swap fees, it's not going to be significant. Okay, now that I placed a limit order here, next I want to place a stop order below here with another small take profit. Okay, typically the stop order will be smaller take profit than the limit order. Okay, and just so you know, and I do that as kind of a safety thing. I don't want to take huge chances when I'm trading. So a lot of small little profits add up over time. That's the whole plan here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at 1.71900, and I'm going to put a take profit at 1.71. $500. Okay, that should be 400 pips in total profit. Oops, 1.71900. Sorry. Hello. Okay, there we go. So I got a limit order here, stop order here. This is only 400 pips. This is 500 pips. So we're looking at a potentially 900 pips in total profit, right? That's pretty awesome. All right, and you're not looking at trades being opened for weeks at a time, and current many swap fees. So we want to try to avoid swap fees if possible. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. Currency pair, and then I'll wrap up this video. But at least you kind of get some ideas how I like to enter the trades. All right, so I like this limit order and stop order strategy, but it does not always work every single time. And like I said before, if you have a very fresh signal on like 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, it's all showing the same direction, then you really don't want to do any stop orders, just limit orders only, because there's a chance that it could go up even higher. But like this, it's already been dropping for quite some time, so it's going to retrace now, but overall it's going to keep dropping. So next, what is next? I don't know. I would love to have your input, but this is not live stream. Let's do Euro GBP. This is a very unique currency pair. Okay, this one has a lot of range of markets, a lot of sideways moving. So when you put the euro, typically the euro and the Great British Pound follow the same trends. Okay, but when you put the two together, you have a lot of chaos, a lot of gridlock. So then you form a lot of range of markets. Okay, and here you can really see which one is the stronger pair. So anyhow, looking at Euro GBP, the 1 hour shows a sell right now. All right, it probably will go higher. I don't know. Let's go look at the 4 hour chart though. See, the 4 hour chart, shows the buy. Daily chart shows the buy. Weekly chart shows to sell. Monthly chart shows a sell as well, but it's okay. I'm not worried about the monthly chart. I like to look at the 4-hour, daily, and weekly, just to kind of get an idea of where the price is headed long term. Okay, the bigger trend. So I think because the daily shows to go up, and weekly 4-hour shows to go up, I think the price is going to go up some more. And I don't know, but we have a resistance right here. According to this candle right here, that marked a high point. Okay, you see a high point here, high point there. So that is potentially where we're looking for this price to go, according to the daily chart, and maybe even the 4-hour chart, because you have a red arrow here on the 4-hour, high point here. So we're looking for another high point. So right now, at this present point in time, I'll be looking to buy. Okay. Now the 1-hour shows to sell. So like what I said, I look at the higher time frames, determine which way I want to trade, and then pan down to a smaller time frame until I get an opposite signal. Okay, which in this case is a signal to sell, right? So the 4-hour shows the buy, 1-hour shows the sell, and this is actually a perfect setup. What was going to happen is the price is going to drop back down a ways and then shoot back up again even higher to this green line right here that I showed you previously. So how far is it going to drop right now? I don't know, but I would not sell right now. Okay, if you place a sell trade right now, there's a very good chance that it could go up even more, and you do not want that, right? So what we do know is that there's a support right here, support here, support there. Oh, there's a resistance here. You see that resistance here? Support, kind of support here, resistance. So I like to look in the past to see where else this was a support and resistance, right? So it looks like a pretty strong level of support and resistance. If you go down to a smaller time frame, like a 5-minute, then you can see more blue or red arrows, but on the 1-hour there's nothing there. It's okay, but we are looking for the price to drop here and go back up. So what I want to do is I want to put a buy limit pennant order a little ways above this green line right here with another 200 to 300 point take profit. Okay, so I'm going to put here, excuse me, put at limit, the at price at 0.9300. okay, that's going to be right in here somewhere, and take profit is going to be at 0.9800. okay, that's going to be 500 pips in total profit. It might be a little big, but it's okay, it's reasonable. Alright, so it's 500 pips. And like I said, this, when you have a 500 pip movement, that takes typically about 48 hours to complete the travel, but that's okay. If you do incur some swap fees, it's okay. Just we don't want the trade to be open for weeks at a time, incurring many swap fees, and that would dig into your profits. Okay, so open and close these trades as quick as possible. Okay, I typically don't like scalping per se, on a 1 minute, 5-minute time frame, and trying to go after really small profits. Okay, this is a pretty decent sized profit, and it's going to, we're looking at the bigger trend, which is going long term. Okay, and that's what we want to do. Where is this price going to be headed in the next couple of weeks? Okay, and for the next 2 weeks, I guarantee the price is going to be going up. Okay, this is going to be a slow process. So anyhow, I put a buy limit pin order. Next, I want to do a buy stop. Okay, so I'm going to put a buy stop at, where we're going to put a buy stop, 0.91. 0.91. That'll just be right in here somewhere. I'm going to put a little ways above this red arrow, and take profit. I'm going to put 0.91 300. Okay, that's 300 pips. It should be perfect. And then bam, see that? So we have a resistance here, we have a resistance here. So I wanted to put this buy stop a little bit above these two resistances. So that way, once the price goes up to this point, it's going to keep on going up. Okay, that's what we're looking for. And it's going to escalate up to this point here at some point. Or at least that's what we are thinking. Now you notice right here on this wickedest candle, that also is a resistance. Even though it's not showing on this 1 hour time frame, it still is a resistance. So the price will probably go up to this point and shoot back down. It'll go up to here, shoot back down, and then eventually over the next couple weeks it'll go back up to this point. Okay, it's gonna go up, down like that, and eventually shoot up to the moon, right? That's what we're hoping for. So in the process, we want both of these trades to open and close, hopefully. All right, that is the plan. So you can have total of, what is this, 500 and 300, 800 pips in total profit. Okay, so you see here I did 3 different currency pairs. Okay, so we got a total of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Okay, I did this one here, ADK. I did not do a stop order, but typically you have a limit order, stop order, limit order, stop order, like that. And if you have just 3 or 4 currency pairs, you could have enough trades, enough profit for the entire week. Okay, you do not need to have dozens of currency pairs charts open on your computer. All right, you don't need 5 computer monitors staring at you in the face. Okay, if you see all these traders, all these gurus with, you know, 3 or 4 computer monitors, why do you need so many computer monitors just to trade Forex? You only need 1 computer monitor. That's all I use. Okay, I use my laptop, or even I use my cell phone. I trade a lot on my cell phone because I'm always on the go, so it works out perfect for me. So anyhow, keep it simple. Okay, do not over trade. That's one of the big problems that people have in Forex. Okay, also risk management. Keep your lot size. What I recommend has been good for me and good for most people is a 0.01 lot size for every $500. Okay, keep that basic calculation. That way your profits can steadily grow over time, and that's all we're looking for. Forex is a journey, not a race. Okay, remember that. All right, so with that said, please hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions or comments about this or any other strategy I have. I'll be more than happy to try and help you. You can reach out. There's a link below in the description video, so you can reach out to me on my Facebook. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group. Okay, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. All right, so with that said, thank you, have a wonderful day, and let me know how I can help you. Okay.